Alright. Oh, sorry. Hello again, YouTube. Sorry about the cough. Welcome back to more From the Depths. Today, I figured we'll maybe work on this thing's flight capabilities. We're working on this big flying carrier, the Sky Ray, that's meant to carry, or Sky Manta, that's meant to carry 4 Sky Ray sort of attack craft into a battle and be a bit of a warship on its own. Now, I figured today we'll work on the, like I say, work on the flight system to make it a little bit more functional. It is a craft that can fly, obviously, but is not the most capable of turning, basically, is the problem. So today we're going to fix that. I think I'm going to double up on the fins. They're going to be larger and also going to be further back, and we'll actually build them properly. We're going to start with that. Let's take these rudders off. We'll build proper large-scale rudders. We'll actually start them from where this ends, I think. I want to keep them a fair ways back. Right. Copy this once we've built it onto the others, but... Right. I really need to build one, I suppose. I should probably wedge this, right? We do... Oh. Like that. 3 meter... 2 meter... 1... There? Yeah. Oh, come on. I said these are going to be quite a bit larger. If we do 4 there and then a 3 there. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, and then a bit taller. Do need to be quite large, considering it's just such a big craft in general in terms of sheer size, even if it's not that, like, massive. Right, now we probably want... Probably do it. At the middle here we'll have... Right, I guess it'll be one larger, because that's what happens to end up. Then we need some ailerons? No, rudder. Yeah, that'll do it. Then we could always have a... Well, we'll copy the actual fin in first. I have a bit of an idea for something else we can add here as well. Prefab mode. Okay, then we copy that beneath. Over to the other side as well. Need to add in the beam in the centre as well, of course. I reckon with this many of them, even if 1 or 2 get shot up quite badly, which is possible because they are quite substantial, obviously, we should be okay. Oh, why are they not? Ah, there's already something there. Frame rate doesn't seem to be appreciating that. Oh dear. Because we've got so many blocks flying aero forces. Not 100%. We may need to do something about that. Or it might just be because we've got so many blocks in general. Maybe we'll have to drop 2 of the Sky Rays, I don't know. How many blocks have we got here? 20,000. Oh, that's not as bad as you sometimes get. Oh, unless that's not counting the raise, maybe. Let's set sail. How are we doing? Oh, it is definitely lagging. Are we building too big here? Okay. Oh, is it because we moved the centre of mass to the wrong place? Do we now need another wing further back? Oh boy. Alright, let's try something for that then. Like I said, that is the sort of thing we're trying to work on today. Getting this thing to fly as it should. Oh, we don't have mirrored mode on? Okay, that's fine, that's fine. So we just got to run it all the way across and then turn it on in the other direction. With definitely some lag, I may have to consider dropping 2 of the sky rays, maybe the 2 on the underside or the top. To take a frame rate and turn this thing more into a battleship on its own. That might be good, given they do increase the price to a rather high amount. I think we're already approaching 2 million. Yeah, we're past 2 million actually. So I think this thing's already approaching the cost of the flagship. It can't even turn right yet. Wait, where's the middle? There we go. The centre of lift is now behind the centre of mass. So you're on plane settings, aren't you? You should be able to steer. Okay, it is definitely having some handling issues. Okay, new plan. Chop the fins off entirely. Try something else. See if that fixes the lag, because it did seem to get a lot worse when I put those fins on. It could be something to do with the way they're coded. Causes lag if there's a lot of them. Actually, no, yeah, that is right. Took connection rules a moment to catch up. That's so much better. Okay, so apparently your rudder's big source of lag or something? Or just because there's loads of blocks? I don't know. That really did seem to make the lag a lot worse. We do need another way of steering. We don't have enormous energy output, honestly. In fact, handling a problem is generally handling in general is currently an issue because we've got the engines up there just keeping it straight. I don't want to remove the centre section because we want those guns. They've, even though they're not finished, the firepower on that thing is horrifying. So we do want those. We're going to have 3 of them, but it does mean we have to get this balance working. It does need to be able to manoeuvre up and down. Do we go for the drumstick style engines, I guess? We could have a metal beam extending out the rear, or 2. Have engines on them to help it adjust its balance. Be more power consuming, but it would be nice and powerful. It'll probably work. Let's try it for the moment. It really wants to pitch up. What altitude are you at? You're already at way too high an altitude. Why are you pitching up? Down 1. Shouldn't be down 1, should it? Right? Why are you both firing? They're both firing and they're both at full power. What are these doing? Hang on. Manual control. Picture preset, yeah. Picture preset. Yeah, now they're burning the right way. Manual control, turn on preset, yeah. Also doesn't help that they don't really have enough power, but that will be helped by them actually burning at the right time. So for you two are meant to be pitcher, not forwards. Nope. %, when it wants to pitch down. Same here. They'll be pushing from above the centre of mass, so that should work in theory. Those ones being pusher is fine, that's what they're meant to be. Basically have to turn these all to manual. And check they're all correct, but I think they should be. I have a feeling building this thing is going to be a bit of a process. Nope. Right, yeah, let's make sure those ones are set right and then we should be good to go. That looks correct. Let's make sure the 2 under the nose are set right as well. Or the 4 under the nose. Yeah. The only thing it doesn't seem to be doing is turning, because I don't think we're anywhere near the resource point. I tell it. It's actually got a different sprite. Oh no, it's just because it's so big. Right. Oh, actually, is it heading towards that point? Oh, actually, it looks like it might be. Maybe it is right. It's actually struggling, I think, to lose altitude. It's got, I guess, so much lift compared to its weight. It was saying about that. Right. Let's get that gun. Let's... let's finish it. First, we need to put an actual cap on it. Heavy armor, because we want this thing to survive some hits. Where's the square corner? Square corner. I guess the quote-unquote shape of this gun's kind of already worked out, which is nice. Or the turret is already kind of worked out. Oh, we do need, however, the target detection setup. By that I mean the rangefinder. I think it needs to be that one because it's going to be exposed out the front. Yeah, it can go in like that, can't it? And let's put a bit of a metal cap over the top of that as well. Still works. Right. 7-meter cram turret. Oh, they all need a they all need an all-in-one controller. To also be off the turret we're currently building on. That fire both or just one? I guess that was a failsafe thing. Yeah, can we... Oh, we might actually be able to fit... Considering the angle they fire at, we could probably actually just put a third one in without even adjusting the height. So that it's facing forwards. They did sort of stack turrets a bit like that on some real-world ships. Right. No, suboptimus mode, yep. That way... Yeah, and then... Yeah, like that. So it'll... Yeah, so they're not overlapping, so that's fine. They'll still be able to rotate. They should still be able to fire at the same targets, even though it's facing backwards. Now, of course, that one can't rotate all the way around, because the dock. It might be worth taking those ones out, even though it's nice and symmetrical. I think we'll just take those specific docks out to make room for the guns. They're not the ones you'll notice the most anyway. If we get collisions, we could put them back in later, but... Oh, hang on. Is it turning? No, it was sort of turning. Oh, there's the point. How fast does it turn? Slowly is the answer, but it can. Certainly do be able to turn a little sharper than that. That's not too bad. I think bombing run AI is the wrong choice. I think it will want to be set to circle. Yeah, get rid of that. Circle at 2 kilometers. I think it's going to struggle to do anything tighter than that anyway, frankly. Fly. We cannot be stationary. We cannot strafe. We cannot turn the spot. Right, so that's the guns in. Flight support a little bit more under control. Those should make a royal mess of whatever they hit, judging by our current testing, although there's some other stuff we need to set up first before we can really do that properly. So, one of the next things I might do is setting up the... I guess we need to choose what else is going to be in here. But one of the things I will do is I'm going to set up the wall with some rubber, specifically where this one is docked against it. Basically, we're going to have a strip of the wall be rubber with metal backing. So this thing can hopefully move away without colliding. Might have to redesign some of that to account for being rubber, but that's fine. A piece at a time, this ship. Right. So this can go... No, that will need to go up to there, because we'll need a... Oh, right. Back as well. Nope. Get this all together. Tell you what. Why not? It kind of looks right. It looks like some deliberate design decision. Right. I wonder whether it would be worth splitting this into 2 floors. We're going to want to redesign the box for the AI at the very least. We'll want a dedicated ammunition box. Not really sure what the best order to design this thing in is. It's the slight problem. We also need detection systems. I guess we can mount some of those under the nose. That would probably be a good spot. Maybe do that next. So... that bit should be metal though. Guess we could do a, actually this probably wants to be a... yeah, if we do... a camera. Then we do a... where do we want the... yeah, the gimbal tracker should be able to go all the way around, and a camera on the front. We can also have radar trackers under the nose as well. They'll be able to detect a fair bit of stuff and keep track of it. Where is the wireless receiver? That's a good start. That'll allow us to detect some stuff. We want additional detection on the end of the wings. We definitely want that under nose one because we did find the Sky Rays had a... their detection works well enough, but it's a little weird just having it on the wingtips. But we are going to also have it on the wingtips here. Let's see. So we've already got radar, but it won't hurt to double up on that. Maybe even thermal cameras as well. Heat source tracking. We could definitely have this ship, oh, what do you call it? It'd be transmitting data to the other ships. Have an additional camera tracker on the wings. Won't be able to track forwards, but it should be able to track to the sides. Yeah, that should be fairly good. It does need wireless receivers, though. Might even put 2 on just for the sake of redundancy. But probably if one of those gets hit, the other one goes down too. Have a little bit of armor. Actually, it probably wants to be like that. Okay, so we've got wingtip detection, we've got detection there. Maybe some rear-facing systems as well. For stuff chasing it specifically. Because this one's a bit slower, it might theoretically get chased by aircraft at some point. Let's have a few rear-facing specific things. A rear-facing radar and camera of both types. That camera, then we want the regular camera. Maybe even a passive radar or 2 on the back. Yeah, in fact, if we even raise these up, these could even detect in every direction as well. Sort of build them into the shape of the hull here. Yeah, we will of course need to add actual camera power or GPP because at the moment we can't actually track anything. We also need to make this look not awful. This might be a slightly scattered episode in terms of what we're actually building in it, but hey ho. We also do want some decoys included in this craft, and I might maybe mount those out on girder poles around the edge of it to make it just generally harder to sort of actually for the enemy to actually like pick a specific target. So what I'm thinking is maybe I don't know. Yeah, we probably want. I'm trying to think what sort we want. Radar, I guess. I'll maybe leave that for the moment. I'm not quite sure on that. Almost certainly fit launch decoys at any rate. Ship's big enough that it's worth putting in some effort to make it defensible. Yeah, that probably wants to be like that actually then we want start adding in the slopes. We could even carry on the slope on top of it and put in a piece of glass in front of that one, because it's a camera, it'll be able to see through it. But if we do deco glass as well, make it look like it's contained in like bulletproof glass or something. Right, and then yeah. Boop. Oh. And helps fits the right way around. Right. Oh, we've got to do this bit. Right. I knew I'd forgotten something. That little nagging feeling in my brain, like, hang on. Something isn't finished here yet. A lumpy back of wing, but that's fine. Right. Ooh, what's our altitude? 300. How are we flying higher up? This thing's getting heavier. I don't get this game's physics, man. It's so weird at times. Right. Oh. Keep going under for a bit. Okay. We also need to shift those fuel canisters need to be shifted off the wings. They're not meant to stay there forever. Right. That's detection in. I guess we should maybe segment the inside up for the internals. That's probably the next thing to do. Because we've already got the what do you call them? We have already got brain, catch up. Whatever it was, I'll get to it later. But anyway, right, internal armor. We need a dedicated volume for storing the AI, and we'll just use the N-Smart, but we'll obviously tweak it to the same settings. We won't use that exact one, and we'll suspend it in a sort of suspended armored box, basically. Which will protect with like EMP surge proofing and everything. Right, and we won't attach it directly to the casemate. Is that right? Gun casemate? Yeah. Might attach some of its mounts to the casemate, but won't attach it directly to that because we want it to be fairly resistant to explosion. But yeah, I am thinking we'll have 2 floors inside this bit. I'm still not sure what happened with those fins, though. I guess it's because they apply force, but I'm amazed how much laggier the game got when I added those. So if we build those, and then we put... surge protection. I do not want to be EMP'd. At least not the AI, anyway. Mind you, we haven't really had much of an issue with AI death unless the ship itself has been really, like, pulled apart. So I guess our little, like, AI containment systems have been working reasonably well. AI N-Smart. We'll add a bunch of extra thermal processing power to the design. But it's the basics, it's fine. Right. We'll also want to put side armor on this. I don't think attacks are going to come in from the front and back because there's a turret directly in front and back of it, but we will want to anticipate attack from the side. I'm going to leave that particular spot open. Okay, that's fine. That's enough power. Okay, cool. Attack from below could maybe punch through and hit it, so what I will do is put some heavy armor around the base. But I'm going to mostly focus the defenses from the sides. As that is where a predicted attack will come from. Okay, and then that's why those heavy armor as well. They will conduct EMP, but they will also absorb a bit of it, so hopefully that will reduce some damage in a sense. Right. On the sides, we'll have, again, heavy armor. It's expensive, but it's going to be an expensive craft there. Anyway, it's worth doing things right. No point skimping on the important bits. Right, so we'll have that with slopes up the side. And then some ERA on the side of that as well, just to make certain. We'll overlap the slopes even. It looks kind of ugly, but it's fine. These will actually extend out to here. In fact, we'll even extend this a bit further. Won't stop a huge amount of firepower because they only work once, but not tremendously expensive. Don't think, anyway. If it prevents one big shot from going through and knocking them out immediately, it's probably worth it. Hey, it'll even provide a tiny bit of protection for the turrets. So, armor is in. We'll then also extend this out to be a full-on deck. Right. Floor, I should say. We could store maybe ammunition and things on this floor. We could potentially also boost the engines, maybe fit in that LAM system. I was vaguely considering up here. I think having the engines partly generate power is fine, but I think we may well need to boost the craft's total output if we're going to have any kind of shielding system or whatever on it. I'm certainly going to want some active defenses at the very least. Much I like my passive armor, it's not enough usually in this game. It's definitely easier to smash things than it is to defend them. Not sure why that happened, but okay. Right, nah. Oh, it's probably to do with the way it, yeah, mirror mode, or filled things, I should say. I guess mirror mode's kind of right. For that gap, that's all good. Right, I think we have our second floor. Now, do we want anything else down here, or do we want to keep this mostly clear because it's going to be somewhat vulnerable? Don't know. We could have smoke dispensers potentially, I suppose. Oh, that's true. We haven't really got any. We haven't got any munition warners or anything. Although, judging by the time, that may be a matter for another day. Tell you what, let's quickly set up a little bit of a magazine box and we'll put the fuel and ammo in it. This probably wants to be heavy armor as well. It doesn't need the surge protection, of course. Don't anticipate you needing a huge amount of fuel or ammunition, so... Oh, helps if the wall of the thing is in the right place, though. And we'll divide it along the middle to... Oh, make it harder to hurt. Right, so then fuel... As we saw on the wings, we didn't need a huge amount. That's enough. 2 meters. Oh. And then at the front end, ammo box. Don't usually tend to need a huge amount of this either, actually, I have found. You used to need quite a lot of ammunition on your ships. I think they've sort of tuned it down a little bit. Scoring a decent magazine hit that actually does much on most good, well-designed ships seems to be near impossible these days, frankly. Right. You know what the thing we could do before we finish up is... turn godly mode on. Oh, are we not moving? Oh, that's why we're not moving. We don't have any AI behavior set up. The other thing we might want to add is water recovery, because that's an issue we've had with some of our flyers recently. It's the way to get out of the water again. Right. Behavior. Circle. 2,000. It's probably going to be circling from a lot further, if anything. Max roll, yeah, wants to be quite low, actually. Combat altitude, 400. We do want to be high up. No higher than that, because otherwise you'll start to get to space. Look at how quickly that lifts off. It might be a heavy fella, but it can shift. Oh, you know what we could do? Oh, mind you, they are set for pitch, aren't they? They on pitch or pusher? Yeah, they are on pitcher. It seems to have decided it wants to fly at that altitude, but I'm sure it could go higher. It's like... Is it the weird wing? I genuinely don't know. Certainly be climbing higher than that anyway, but yeah, let's save it. We've got godly mode on. Let's spawn in. Why not? A Megalodon. Why not? Let's see if those cram cannons could do anything to it, or if they can even land hits or not. Oh. One of them nearly got through the defensive screen. And the other thing we could do, of course, is allow it to launch in a minute as well, but I think those cram cannons are having to fail-safe quite hard to not shoot the planes it's carrying, so that's not helping it. Yeah, that's the other thing we could add quickly. This would be controls ACB. We're basically going to tell it, enemy within 5,000 meters, launch all planes. No enemy within 5,000 meters, dock all planes. Right, so... enemy... range. 5,000 meters? I'll get an action. Right. Out of range. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'll target an action. Docking stations. Undock with mothership. Is there a reason that's not working? Resource assigned vehicles? There we go. Okay, there is some getting snagged happening. We may have to modify the sky rays. There's not much damage happening either, which is good. So that's worked. Slightly derpy release of its fighters, but it did release. Yeah, it's the tails. We'll probably have to modify the sky rays. We're going to want to do that at some point anyway, but... yeah, we may have to have it hold them a bit further out. Much as nice to have them look like they're docked, it might be that that just gets in the way. Cram round coming in. Yeah, that is one thing. With all these around, they're scrambling its defences like crazy because it's having to fight so much. Deserves to actually score a hit. Did that do much? Oh, look at that. It's the Meg. I will take that. That's a good hit. What? What is this? I'm sorry? Hang on. What? Is this spoofing some kind of angled armor mechanic? What's in here? Batteries? Oh, turret. Is this some kind of angled armor mechanic where the wedges are stronger, or is it just because they're lighter? What is that about? I heard someone mention wedged armor ages back in the comments. What is... People in the comments, you're very knowledgeable about this sort of stuff. What is that? I've not seen armor like that before. This is a high-level craft, so I'm guessing there's a very good reason it's there, but... nevertheless, I will take some pride in the fact that our cram round not only hit, but punched straight through. Not sure where that one's going, but... which, you know, it might have been about perfect. It might have predicted it actually pretty spot on. Gonna hit the nose. Ah, no, but not a bad shot. I'm not actually hurting this thing much, and I'll probably call the episode in a moment, but... okay, at least we fly. We do fly at... we do engage at very long range at the moment. We may need to improve its turning circle, but... that is keeping it out of trouble, to be fair, as well. Although I'm not sure if it's taking hits anyway. It's hard to tell, but... fly near it. Are we seeing any shells hitting? Something that could have been one, or could have been a smear on my screen. I couldn't tell you, frankly. Yeah, the only thing is, because it's so far away, it's leaning really hard to turn. And of course, the cram rounds are nowhere near target. So it may need to tweak its behaviour. Yeah, it is still taking fire. It's not too far off being out of its range, though. Oh, it is actually out of missile range, I think. Yeah, actually running out of propellant pretty much as they reach it, but certainly not out of gun range. This is what I would somewhat call extreme range deployment. Yeah, so definitely still needs some improvements on the whole yaw thing. Maybe some more engines. I can do that quickly. The episodes have been a bit longer recently on the design, but that's fine, I suppose. I'm the one who makes them. So add another yaw thruster on each side. Actually, the inside ones aren't really even being used. Let's get rid of those entirely. Just have the outside ones. I set these two to be rollers. Guess give the roll a little bit of a hand. I don't know if we've got much roll control in general on this thing, so... yeah, we can always improve the engines if we have to in general, so... it is actually trying to lift, I noticed, so... clearly it wants to be using roll command here. Let's mirror it on the other side as well. I suppose I didn't account for the fact that at this sort of range it will be still trying to fire the guns up, which is making the undermount a little awkward. Whether it's worth mounting them on the top, like flipping their mount upside down, I wouldn't have to do that much to do that. It might be better. I figured underslung would be better given that they're slow moving, but... oh, mind you, that's firing now. Not sure where the shells themselves went, but it did fire them. The Skies themselves definitely need reworking. They are damaging this thing, but it's taken a while. I don't know... is there a way for lasers to punch through smoke? I definitely... I don't know if it was modern or not. I definitely remember there used to be a component from something that would, like... reduce laser damage, but drastically improve their ability to punch through defenses. You lost like a quarter of the damage, maybe, in exchange for like, I don't know if it was like 60% defense penetration or something. I can't remember exactly, but that might have been modded, I think. Ooh. Also, long-range accuracy is going to need to be improved if it's going to be fighting that far out, but really it shouldn't be. It should be fighting at 3,000. It's almost at 4.5. Again, weak, slightly weak turning circle. Maybe it needs a front. As weird as it looks, maybe it needs something like that on the front as well to help turn the nose. I don't know. We did. Just trying something here. Yeah, exactly like that, actually, AI. You got it perfect. Again, I would have liked just a big passive tail fin. It doesn't use power, but seems that's a big lag causer. I don't know if that's just because, again, there's so many of them. I genuinely don't know on that one. That might be one for you guys to get back to me on. Propellers is also something we could do. They might be more fuel efficient. How do they... Let's have a look at these. See what our speed is. So our current speed is 68. Oh, I see. It's like a 68 before 71. Oh, okay. So propellers are reasonably powerful. We could maybe try a bit more with them. $73, yeah. I think there's some more work to do, but there's some things we could do here, I think. Oh. Blade thickness? Oh, I see. You can I see. You can change the... I have wooden as well. Oh my god, there's so much you could do with these. Is the shape and everything? Oh, okay. Anyway, we'll leave that little interlude for now. We'll leave that propeller on there, actually, so I remember that was something we were considering doing with it. We have close to the right range now. Maybe our improve your controls have just about done it. Anyway, hopefully you've all enjoyed that slightly scattered building episode. I'll catch you all next time where we'll, I don't know. I think we might be maybe working on the docking. We might tweak that up a bit, give it a bit more clearance. Is there a way to... Can ACBs detect when they're being undocked? This is like a rhetorical question because I'll check it later anyway, but like, if anyone knows, if ACBs could detect when a craft's just been undocked, we could maybe build a new Skyray with like a kicker stage on it, almost like a little boost that just kicks it off when it's launching. I don't know. But anyway, like I say, hopefully you'll enjoy that. I'll catch you guys all again in the next one. Goodbye.